Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is part 3 on this same block. I thought, man, that really went easy and quick, and I left out some things. So I'm going to nudge these lines up, and I'm going to select this. So you can do a couple things here. I'm going to group this together, and we could get the envelope tool and take away all the center ones. So just hit delete and then grab all these and right click and turn them into a line. And then you could actually, well, not with all of them selected, but with one of them selected, you could bring this in a little bit, and it's going to make it a little bit more realistic looking. You can go too far, like I think I've almost gone too far there, but it makes it a little more realistic looking. Now, the other thing I forgot to do, and it's pretty neat, would be to take these blocks. Well, I got that too far away. Let's go, let's see how big this thing is. Well, why is it not showing me how big it is? Oh, it's 315. So let's make our nudge factor 4. And let's take these blocks. Let's go ahead and nudge them all to the other side. And just for grins, nudge them again to get them out of there. Now, when you do this, you've got to select the one you want to do it to. And I'm going to select them all and go a light gray. Then I'm going to take, you can use either the transparency docker or the interactive fill tool, but you need to, before you do anything, is click on one of them before you grab your interactive fill tool, or it'll mess the other ones up. And what I'm doing is just putting a light shadow to make that box, make that box look like it's going downhill a little bit. So I'd go past the item so the whole thing shows up. And then just click on the next one and do the same thing. And maybe raise that up a little bit. Click on that one and do the same thing. Raise up your arrow a little bit. Do the same thing. Raise up your arrow maybe a little bit more. And then you could nudge these all back over, and it kind of gives it the fact that it's the outside and it's kind of going downhill. Now, when I did that on this, but when I printed it to a printer I have hooked up, it didn't do anything. It didn't really show that color. But I know it did earlier on some transparency, and you could play around with this and make them more, make them a little bit darker all the way across, or a little bit lighter. And you could go get a darker color, put it in there, and then bring this bar down. Let's see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. That's the way I would do it. And maybe that would show up. So if you did that to all of them, and if you grab that, you can just bring in that little bit darker color. And that's pretty cool. And I would, you got to go to the transparency docker first. And then you could play with your arrows. That's pretty cool that the transparency docker stays there, or the interactive fill tool stays there. And so you could actually do it on the product. But that looks pretty real, especially when you cut it out. So I nudged those lines away. And all you have to do is just bring it back. I don't know what I do. There it is. I nudged it too far. So that's really just a cut line. And of course, well, remember we changed the shape. So you just have to do that over. Anyway, it really looks good in person. I hope that helped a little bit. Thanks for watching.